It does not blink. It does not waver. This is the face of a prehistoric nightmare that time forgot to kill.
Deep within the impenetrable swamps of Africa, a ghost from the Cretaceous period still hunts. Meet the most terrifying avian predator on Earth. The world here hasn't changed for millennia. In the heart of the swamp, silence is a weapon. It starts with a gaze, a look that has survived the rise and fall of empires. Motionless. A prehistoric phantom waiting for the slightest tremor in the mud. Meet the shoebill. Balaeniceps rex. An evolutionary enigma hiding in plain sight. Despite its appearance, DNA proves it's more closely related to pelicans than storks. Its weapon is a masterpiece of prehistoric engineering. It can remain motionless for hours, becoming part of the landscape. The hunt begins not with a strike, but with a wait. Specially evolved feet allow it to walk on water, or at least the plants that float upon it. The neck is a loaded spring, waiting for a trigger. It functions like a biological catapult, capable of accelerating the heavy head in milliseconds. Unlike most birds, it has binocular vision. It sees the world in 3D. It calculates depth with the precision of a laser. The atmosphere thickens. Even the insects go silent. Focus. Precision. Lethality. The physics of the strike are terrifying. The strike is so powerful it can decapitate a large lungfish instantly by using its weight as a hammer. Execution. The shoebill doesn't just catch, it conquers. The sharp edges of the mandibles act like shears. One meal to fuel another day in the wild. A tool of absolute pressure. The shoebill's beak is the third longest among all living bird species. The shoebill is a living tool. Under the African sun, the swamp becomes an oven. This is not a song. It's a warning. A rhythmic communication that can be heard for a kilometer. To survive the heat, it uses a unique cooling system. Engineering for the next generation. Shoebills use their beaks as buckets, carrying water to pour over their eggs to prevent them from cooking in the nest. Weight, 6 kilograms. Wingspan, massive. Lift, efficient. It glides on thermals, a heavy bomber of the bird world. The nest, a fortress built on a liquid foundation. 2 lives begin. But only one will likely finish. Nature is beautiful, but it is not kind. The Cain and Abel syndrome. The older chick often attacks the younger to ensure its own survival when resources are scarce. Protection is absolute for the chosen one. Each feather is a shield against the deluge. The hard logic of evolution. Only the strongest deserve the resources. Patience must be learned. It is a biological inheritance. Built for an environment that rejects others, shoebills can survive in marshes where oxygen levels are too low for most other large birds, thanks to a highly efficient respiratory system. The shoebill becomes a shadow. The hunter becomes the guardian. Fearless against the swamp's most famous killers. Dominance restored. Evolution stops changing it. The shoebill's morphology has remained virtually unchanged for over 30 million years. It is, quite literally, a living dinosaur. But the ancient world is shrinking. Habitat loss is a predator no beak can bite. Fewer than 5,000 remain in the wild. A silent retreat for a silent king. Space is the ultimate luxury. Shoebills require at least 3 square kilometers of territory to survive. This bird is a solitary monarch. The cycle of the swamp continues. The legacy of the dinosaur lives on. A voice from 30 million years ago. This clattering is so loud it can startle a human into a flight response. Precision in stillness. The king of the swamps.
The shoebill, evolution's most patient masterpiece.